Another kind of related question on the flip side of the addiction experience, though, as a spouse of an alcoholic who is not ready to admit it, being, I think, the alcoholic, do you have any advice to help them to realize that they need help? Or is it just a waiting game until they can admit the problem? Prayer does help me accept circumstances, but some days are very difficult. I think that's kind of related to, yeah, raising the bottom. What can we do to raise the bottom? And perhaps that's different from a standpoint from church or in pastoral care compared to the limits of what a family member might provide. How would you approach someone who comes to you, Father, and says that my spouse is struggling with alcoholism or drug addiction or compulsive eating or gambling or pornography addiction?
Well, again, like those might all be kind of different things, but the
Yeah.
first thing I'd probably say is I'm sorry, because that's a lot of burden to carry. And sometimes you might feel responsible, like to try to save them from that, And so like how are you doing? And a lot of times their answer is going to be something like, well, I'm trying to make sure that nothing bad happens, and I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that. And so they're either like, putting locks on all the pantry doors, or they're locking down the internet, or they're like throwing away alcohol and trying to control it. But again, like that's a lot of burden to carry. And that must be like super hard for you. And so I'm grateful that you've come in to talk, but I really just want you to consider that like our Lord wants to take care of you.
Hmm.
And then I might suggest they go to Al-Anon meetings just to see what it's like. And if they protest, they'll say, so when I was in 2012, I ended up going to Al-Anon meetings. And what I figured out at the Al-Anon meeting was all those people got me. Like, what if you could sit in a room with a group of people and they all understand exactly what you're talking about? That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be amazing. So just try that and see what happens, and just encourage them where they might be enabling, or where they're trying to like protect things, or where they're trying to, because we were talking about raising the bottom earlier, and enabling behavior is just lowers the bottom. Right. So enabling is when we do anything that helps people avoid consequences.